Our next guest is Mr. Earl Brown. He is the campus operating officer for Berkeley College in Newark. And Mr. Brown, I understand congratulations is in order. Is that correct?
Yes, thank you so much, John. It's a pleasure to be on with you today.
Well, we're delighted to have you as well, and they put an additional bar on your shoulder there, and we're very proud of you.
Thank you.
For the work you do for our member, Berkeley College. So talk to our listeners a little bit. Share with us your background, where you're from, what school did you go to, and why?
Sure. So I'm originally from Montclair, New Jersey, but spent a lot of time in Newark as well, so I'm familiar with this community. My father's side has extensive history in his family in Newark, in Montclair. I wound up going to school out of state, got far away. Mm-hmm. I went to do my undergraduate degree at Virginia Tech, where I got my degree in both business management and economics. And the reason why I chose Virginia Tech, obviously, the school is an elite school, and it's one of those things where the school, where I choose a school and we choose each other. Because when I went there, it was just an amazing energy, amazing atmosphere, and I immediately fell in love with it and the dynamics of the school. So then, after graduating, stayed in the Northern Virginia area where I worked with Pepsi in account management for a couple years before going back to get my MBA degree with George Mason before having this amazing opportunity with Berkeley College back in New Jersey.
So you hung out in Virginia for a while, huh?
Yeah.
And they let you get out of the state.
And they let me leave.
Oh, man. Well, listen, we're delighted to have you. And so how did you get to Berkeley, and how long have you been there?
So I've been with Berkeley a little over 4 years, and actually a friend of mine at the time who was working for Berkeley College saw that there was an opportunity that would be a good position for me in our career service department, which is in our business development team, and told me about it. The manager at the time, a supervisor at the time, reached out to me, thought it would be a great mix, just with my energy, my commitment to our students, but also my business background in developing relationships with outside companies, employers to hire our students, and just loved the opportunity, loved what they were doing, and decided to come on board.
So when you've been there 4 years now, what was your initial job there?
Mm-hmm. So my initial job was a business development associate for the career service department, and my role basically was going out there, developing relationships and partnerships with outside companies that will come and hire our students for internship opportunities, part-time and full-time occupations while they're in school and after school. I developed all of our career events, our career fairs, our workshops, our seminars for all of our students, and basically fostering a dynamic in our area for their professional growth from the minute they started at school to after they graduated and beyond.
And what are some of the other jobs you had after that leading up to this new role?
Oh, that was the only one.
Got you. So when I see the title, Campus Operating Officer, that seems like a lot of responsibility. Share with our listeners what's this all about. When I see the COO, I'm used to saying Chief Operations. Yeah, so I have to pump the brakes and say Campus Operating. So talk to us about that.
So saying is a lot of responsibility is a good word to describe it. But overall, just like a chief operating officer of any company, my main role is to make sure that all the operations of our campus is running smoothly 24/7, which means that all of our departments are running smoothly and doing what they need to do to service all of our students, that we create a vibrant energy and amazing support system for all of our students when they come here so they be academically successful and then eventually professionally successful. Making sure that I'm out there in the community building relationships, putting the name of Berkeley and its brand out there, and then also making sure that all of our students and staff here are safe nonstop, and working with our buildings and grounds team to make sure that our school is running.
So about how many students are on the campus or in the school? Can you give us some estimate?
Yeah, so we have at our Berkeley College Newark campus, and we're growing. We have about 400 students here. Okay. And across a wide forms of majors and certificate degree programs.
So what challenges, in this new role, I'm sure you hit the ground running, roll your sleeves up. So what are some of the initial challenges that you anticipate encountering and working them out so they're not a challenge any longer?
Yeah, so, and I have a lot of colleagues at other schools, and we meet and we talk about some of the same things. So challenges that, or areas of opportunity for improvement at my school, just like a lot of other schools, is one thing is retention with our students and making sure that they are, graduating on time, and semester after semester coming back to make sure that they're successful. One of the things I want to make sure that is vocal and communicate to all of our students are all the resources and areas of support that we have. We have a lot of different departments that are doing an amazing job, and if we can make sure that that's communicated to our students, they will have such a high levels of chances of success, graduation, and so forth. But also building or increasing the climate of energy and support. I want our school to be robust and constantly having all of our students participating in our clubs, our organizations, on campus and off campus, and then also making sure that we have a great relationship with outside companies that are constantly coming on campus to see what amazing students that we have here, to hire them so that they can, propel and have much success, which is the reason why they came to Berkeley College to get that degree, to get in those amazing careers.
So how important has education been from your perspective in shaping who you are, and then how does that translate into your current work?
It's huge. It's huge. And for me personally, education has been one of the biggest builders of my self-confidence. Went to a couple of schools when I was younger, but, I struggled, just like a lot of our inner city African-American students and Latino students, we struggle with staying focused and building up, our self-confidence. I remember when I was in school and I, was fighting all the time and getting bad grades, and I overheard, one of the past teachers tell me that, we don't feel as if this student will graduate from high school, but because of the relationship that I started to develop with my teachers and my family and constantly doing things like summer enrichment camps to build up my education and my confidence, here I am. Not only did I graduate high school, but, I have 2 degrees, undergrad and an MBA degree. So this is something that I think is extremely important while we're teaching our current students here, that education is so important in building their confidence so that they will be successful if they concentrate on that.
I tell you, Earl, that was a powerful statement that you've made, and it's amazing as you look back over your life and I look back over mine, how we have transformed ourselves and being a greater resource to society as a whole. You are in a position now where you have the ability to help shape the lives of some young future leaders, and encouraging them and telling them about some of the challenges that you encountered as a younger person coming up and how you overcame them, and now you're in the position to impart back unto them some wisdom, some experience, and some encouragement, because I think the message, and I'm assuming here, but one of the messages that you leave with students every day is, hey, I've walked in your shoes, and if I can do it, you can do it too. I think just those little words of encouragement could go a long ways for young folks venturing, maybe the first time being the first student or first individual from their family to go to college. And I think that's an amazing testament to share and impart unto those young folks.
Definitely, John, and I consider it even better. And, it's also about showing them the bigger picture. I tell, when I really want students to get serious, I tell them stories. I tell them one story when I moved back up here to New Jersey, and, with Facebook, all the high school friends or people that you knew in high school, you still stay connected, see what they're up to. And, not to knock any professional position, but, I ran into someone who was working at a gas station. And, he was pretty popular in high school, but what happened was that he was not having a good life right now. He had worked a couple of part-time jobs, and that's because he didn't take his life seriously. He didn't take education seriously, and we had a heart-to-heart conversation about how he wished he did that. He wished he stayed with education and went to college and complete all those things, because his life would have turned around. So, he's looking to get back in school just off that conversation that we have, and that's some of the inspirational messages that, education can have for people and change their lives around.
I was listening to that example, and the chamber has a leadership program that we're right now dealing with 45 students in Irvington High School. And I tell you, we kicked it off the other day, and these are some amazing young men and women, and they were so attentive to the instructions, so respectful. But I shared a similar story about a gentleman that I went to school with, at the time middle school, because it was about the 7th grade. Handsome guy, about 6'4", 6'5", very strong, athletic. And now this guy, for the last, I say 5-10 years, he's been sleeping under the bridge here in Trenton.
Wow.
You know, I see him pushing his bike with the bags that he has with his personal garments. And so I see him from time to time, and I stop him, and we have a conversation to let him know that I still know you, brother. I'm here praying for you, encouraging you. But again, you know, life has a lot of turns and twists, and the people in your classroom today could not be, you know, they may be popular today and they may not be popular. And the outcomes 5-10 years from now, they could be very popular and successful, or they could be struggling because somewhere along the line, They did not have a clear plan to execute for their lives. So to have you sharing these little nuggets of your experience with these kids could be transformational.
I agree.
So the next question I got for you, at Berkeley College, you have a corporate learning partnership with outside organizations.
Correct.
Share with our listeners what that is all about, and then on the other side, we'll take a break.
Okay. Yeah, so our corporate learning partnerships is one of our best initiatives that we have going on right now to increase, this connection that we have with local companies and organizations. And basically what the program is that for those who are partnering up with us and working with us, you know, the employees of that company or the organization, and then also their immediate families get up to about a 20% discount if they pursue education at Berkeley College, from our certificate programs, our medical programs, to our associates, bachelor's, or even MBA program. And this is something that's very unique that a lot of other companies and schools don't have. Not only are we saying your employees can have a discount in increasing their education, but also the immediate family members of their employees. So, you know, you have these people who work at these amazing companies who are trying to do amazing things for them and their family. This is only just more push for their families to do amazing things. And it's worked really well. We have a great, amazing list of organizations, and I'm getting feedback from companies that this is a major selling tool that they have for when they're trying to recruit for people at their company.
So this is another added benefit, employee benefit, correct?
Yes, big time.
So that speaks to my next question: how impactful has this collaboration been with you and your partners?
It's been amazing. It's been we have a lot of companies that we work with, like Securitas and Steve Madden and such, who are using these programs for their employees to come in and get their higher education. I think it's just an amazing thing that's just going to continue to increase and get better, and then also continue to develop that and build upon our relationship with these companies who are then on the back end, not only coming here for school, but also, you know, eventually these companies will look to Berkeley to continue to hire from our Berkeley grads.
So Earl Brown, campus operating officer at Berkeley College in Newark, we're going to take a break. And on the other side of the break, Earl, I want you to share with our listeners the contact information. How can our listeners find out how to enroll in this great institution? This is John Harmon on the Empowerment Hour, sponsored by the Wells Fargo Foundation. We'll be back in a minute. Good evening and welcome back to the Empowerment Hour. Every Monday evening, 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9:20 a.m. and 920thejersey.com. Earl Brown, campus operating officer for Berkeley College in Newark, New Jersey. So, Earl, please share with our listeners how they can contact this great institution for enrollment or to send a big check to support you.
Yes. So we are located at 536 Broad Street in downtown Newark. Amazing facility, and it's an amazing area right next to the park. And they can reach us at 973-642-3888, or berkeleycollege.edu, and we have an amazing admissions team here that is always on call. So what many of our interested students do, they contact admissions to get more information about the program, to see if there's a fit, and then we have tours every single day. So, and the benefit of our campus, for those who are interested, is because, we're a smaller campus. So in many of our classrooms, we have, on average, maybe about 15 students. So it gives those type of students who want that one-on-one interaction with professors and one-on-one interaction with our student departments to come in here and really thrive at a campus like Berkeley College. One last thing is that, many of our students, like a lot of other colleges, are first-generation college students, as you mentioned earlier. So because of our school structure, we're a family type of campus where everyone, digs in and will support all of our students, where they'll be successful because of that. We don't have as many people in their classroom. So, I would hope that they can reach out to us, get us a tour. We're here every single day, and we want to just invite more people to see if our campus is a good fit.
No, I think that was well said. The smaller class sizes get you that more personal instruction, and having a relationship with your professor is extremely important in college, particularly for freshmen coming in and the first time to be in a more independent environment. You can't run home to mom. You got to stand and fend for yourself. So I think that's great. But back to the partnerships with corporations and community-based organizations. How significant is that?
Oh, it's wildly significant. If we really want to continue to build our brand and to get involved with the community, these partnerships are the ways to go. One partnership that we have an amazing relationship with, and when I saw you last time, was the Newark YMCA. And reaching out to them, having meetings with these organizations to discuss, how we can, basically benefit each other. We reach out to Newark YMCA just like we reach out to with African American Chamber of Commerce on how we can help and assist each other to talk with our students, to get advice. The Newark YMCA helps us out tremendously when we have a lot of mothers who come to school here and they might have a night class. Where can they go to have some of their children stay for an hour or two while they're in classes? You know what I mean? Where can these organizations, if they have members and they have employees that are looking to better themselves in education, who can they reach out to see what programs that a Berkeley College might have that will support them? So I think it's been nothing but amazing. We have a tremendous relationship with community-based organizations and corporate organizations that, together we're just going to grow tremendously. So
you have a partnership with the Junior Achievement of New Jersey. Share with our listeners, what's that about?
Yeah, so Junior Achievement is an amazing organization that basically, works with a lot of schools and middle schools and high schools in all of New Jersey that provides that connection with those students for college and then also with businesses as well. So one of the initiatives that we both have coming up is that they have a partnership with a charter school in Newark, which they're going to invite about 60 senior students on campus, provide them with career readiness presentations and business workshops, and then also give them much needed academic support as they try to transition into college life. And I think it was just an amazing idea when we met them, and we're happy to have them here on campus to use our resources for these students going forward.
So talk a little bit about the impact of having a college readiness program. We talked earlier about first-generation students, and that impact. How would it help them over the long term and in terms of their collegiate success?
Yeah, so when you look at a lot of colleges in terms of retention and making sure that students are successful, one of the things that we all see as I'm talking to a lot of my colleagues at other colleges is that to really make sure that they're successful early on, you have to have conversations and supports for our first and second semester students. A lot of times they drop out that first and second semester because, they are not doing good academically. Or, as we talked about before, they might be first-generation college students. So their parents or their guardians or their family members at home who have never been to college, who have never experienced college, there's so much support that they can give them, so much tips and strategies if they have never been there themselves. So we understand that. So we want to make sure that this program, which encases 3 workshops throughout the year, week 4, week 8, and then week 9, where we're constantly inviting these first and second term students, and we have all of our departments here giving them presentations about what they need to be doing right now to prepare for success, what support we can have them, and then for each workshop, we would try to figure out, okay, what one-on-one support do they need from us to make sure that they have the most successful first and second term students on the way to graduation to an illustrious career.
Gotcha. Now, are these programs sustainable?
Yes. Okay. Definitely. We want to make sure that we constantly are doing this, constantly in their face. Like I mentioned, the main premise of this program is providing a foundation of success for our students so that they can go on and be successful academically.
So what have you learned from the students, and how have you used that newfound knowledge to better execute your job?
Well, I learned tremendous. First of all, I have amazing students here. I love working on college campuses because they're young, they're vibrant, they're energetic. My students are so funny. Just to hear them talk, it puts a smile to my face every time I come to work. That's why I love what I do. And you mentioned in the beginning how it seems like a lot, but when you really love the students that you have here, it just makes your days go by so short. And similar to that show where I think like the bosses go and they are undercover.
Right.
If you really want to make change, if you really want to improve different environments, you have to talk with those people who are there every single day. So getting conversations with my students and understanding what are their struggles, what are the area of opportunity that we can help to improve on them, what are, the things that they like the most, and developing programs, initiatives around what they say, because they live it, and they will tell you what they need at the school to make them sure they're successful. So getting their input nonstop has helped me in my role tremendously, and it's just going to keep on improving.
So for the last minute and a half, African American Chamber of Commerce of New Jersey, how has it been of value to Berkeley?
Oh, it's been a huge value to Berkeley. So one of the main things that you and the organization have done so successfully is create different venues for businesses to connect. With all your seminars and your events and your galas, we can go out there and I can develop so many relationships with outside companies and organizations just from coming to an African American Chamber of Commerce event. So providing that informative events, and then also getting interactions with people that I might not get on an everyday basis. I remember 2 years ago, you had an event in Newark with Senator Ron Rice. And I remember him talking about education and why he was so passionate. And because of that, now I have kind of an open connection with him in his office and some of the things that we're trying to do here. But also it has opened us to some amazing partnerships with companies that have hired our students for internships and part-time jobs. And just also we have a large African-American student population. So to see so many African-American businesses and how powerful we are, and have it nonstop vocal, it provides that type of confidence for our young African-American students.
Earl, I thank you so much for joining us this evening on the Empowerment Hour. You have provided our listeners with a lot of information as it relates to Berkeley College, and we definitely congratulate you and wish you all the best in your new position as Campus Operating Officer, and want you to have a wonderful evening, sir.
John, thank you so much.
All right, we thank you. We just heard Earl Brown, Campus Operating Officer for Berkeley College in Newark, New Jersey. And